Hello, friend. Here we are today, and we are going to talk about Gate 17, the Gate of Opinions, following. And I'm going to actually read the one of the overarching line for this particular gate. So it's an ancient law that those who wish to rule must also know how to serve. So really, that's why it's called following as well as opinions. We must know how to serve in order to rule. Okay? So it really is, this is a teaching gate. It lies in the Ajna Center and here in the mandala. You know, it's about mental construct. We're in the channel, or in the quarter here of the mind. And, purpose is fulfilled through the mind here. And the 17 sits in the Ajna Center, and the Ajna Center, of course, is about conceptualization. And this is about opinions. So it looks for one concept or opinion that is trusted by all. One that will survive both testing and criticism and will calm the fears of the future. Of course, the 17 is also in the logical circuitry. And the logic is always moving us into the future. That's what the logical circuitry is about. And logical circuitry, if you want to look at it, it is like also our scientific background. It's about testing and retesting and, really, again, can the experiment be tested over and over and over and survive all those tests? And if it can't, then of course there's doubt. And people have opinions, like the scientific community, it's always just about an opinion. Because one scientist does it, another scientist does it, they get the, same result, and then another scientist comes in and he has his opinion and he doesn't get the same result. So it's about what can be tested and criticized and be able to calm our fears. And what I love right now in our world is that when they did the experiment, I don't know what year, I don't know what scientists, I know none of that. I just know that what they've called it the observer effect. And the more we observe, the more we find. So quantum physics is kind of turning the scientific community on its head, because there's a lot of things in the quantum mechanics, in the quantum physics, in the quantum field, that it's introduced that the old Newtonian way of the scientific, information that we learned is kind of a little incorrect, because we looked for something more. And as observers, the more we look, the more we find. And I love that, scientists are spending copious amounts of time trying to find the smallest particle. I don't know. I guess we won't know until, something changes in regards to, say, the observer effect, if something else comes in to enlighten us in that way. But if we're going to observe it and we're looking for it, we're always going to find the next new smallest particle. So the 17 always wants to structure the concepts and put it into patterns or create a solution around it. It's correlated with the right eye. So you see here, the 17 is the right eye, and the 57 is the right ear. So on your right side of your body, information can flow in the moment, because it's attached to the spleen, and the spleen is moment by moment by moment. So it is the right eye. So it's taking in patterns in the moment. Mental anxiety also lies here in the ajna center. And mental anxiety arises when, for you, out of the fear that no one will understand or value your input. So there's a fear or an anxiety that lies in this gate. And, it can be challenging if you don't have the whole channel, because you're waiting for, if you only have the 17th gate, you're always waiting for details, always having to wait for details. Because without the details, how do you create an opinion? So it has to be detail oriented. Remember, this is scientific, this is patterns, this is, testing. And then you can have an opinion about it. But the fear is that nobody's going to value your input or understand it. Well, the people that are going to understand you and value you will either invite you in, they're going to ask you, there's going to be an inspiration or an initiation for you. That's how this all operates. So what's really interesting to me is how the fear, the anxiety, and the nervousness has completely overran our world. And it all is just a mechanical structure in our human design. And when we use the strategy and authority to operate and be our interface with the rest of the beings, with the transit field, and with the quantum illusion, the fear, anxiety, and nervousness doesn't have to rule the world. But at the moment, it's ruling the world because we are completely in not self for the most part. So again, either an opinion that is not yours will have you in a state of mental anxiety, or you will amplify the opinions of others, right? So if we have the 62 pointing towards the 17th, there's details that will be, that come into the world that are a part of your world. And then you're waiting for somebody's opinion so that you can share the details, and then they can create an opinion. You're waiting for that 17th gate. So your details are going to, help this person here. When you meet them, it's going to help them shape their opinion. However, it's not up to you to have your life ruled by other people's opinions. But the not self is going to attract in those opinions. And then what the not self does is try to base its decision making off those opinions. Totally unhealthy. Totally not right. Totally incorrect. It's all about interfacing with the people you're meeting through strategy and authority. So if anything intrigues you with human design, I would love to have a conversation. I really love this information. And these videos are just short little synapses of the gates. Of course, depending on the intricacies of your design, it all depends on, what else we add into that. So thank you very much for your time, and have a wonderful day.